All Century 21 real estate offices are independently owned and operated.
Hi, I'm Jackie Ruddy, broker of Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate. Welcome to the Real Estate Roundtable on 94.3 FM The Talker. I am here with my co-host, fellow realtor, husband, Pat Devaney.
Good morning, Jackie. How are you today?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
Good.
Yeah, we have with us, this no stranger to our program here. We've had this guest on before. We're so excited she's back with us. Lois Martin calling in from the Catskills. Hello.
Hi, good morning, guys. How you doing?
We're doing great. How are you?
Good. All's good.
Yes, we're so happy that you're with us today.
Thank you.
We're here every Saturday at 11 a.m., Sunday at 11:30 a.m., where we talk real estate. We have a full-time real estate office with many exceptional realtors who have been listing, selling, and appraising real estate for 50 years.
During the week, feel free to email us with any questions you have at questions@jruddy.com. That's questions@jruddy.com. Or you can give us a call at 570-344-6724. And when you go to jruddy.com, click on the webcam tab. And we have a webcam on the roof at Dunmore Corners. You can click on that and see what the weather's like.
View our listings, search the MLS listings, and listen to archive radio shows by going to mobile-friendly jruddy.com, jruddy.com, where if you do click the radio tab, you will see all the popular podcast apps that we are featured on, and you can listen to our show by podcast. Check us out on social media. We're pretty much everywhere: Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, Pinterest, and we are a Quality Service Award-winning office. That's a Century 21 award, and it's continuously year after year. We're very proud of that. I'd like to mention that. Okay, Lois Martin, calling in from the Catskills. You are a numerologist.
That's right. I am a hot number.
You are. You're a hot number. I love it. So give me a little background on you, please. I mean, it's, just a general overview of who you are, what you do, please.
I work the art and science of numbers because everything around us is based on numbers. Your house number, phone number, social security number, letters in your name. And from this information, I am called a translator. In other words, the information gets transmitted to me through my spirit team that gives me the information to the person who is questioning different areas in their life. And I'm doing this now. It'll be 45 years. And the numbers, they don't lie. They're very on, they're very real, and many people will always say, I always see certain numbers, or I'm always drawn to certain numbers, and it's never a coincidence. Why? Because it resonates with you. So I always say you are your numbers are you.
And letters work. Letters are also part of it. How does that work?
The letters are very significant because the alphabet is composed of 26 letters, and so they're all numbers. So knowing a person's name or knowing a street name, an address, will give us a clue about the characterology of that individual or that area that you're looking in. Yes, so the letters are very important. And I might add, the shape of letters as well as the shape of numbers are just as important.
Wow. Okay, this is like heavy stuff. I get easily confused, especially when it comes to numbers. Math was not my thing in school. But so you have a gift, and the spirit speaks through these numbers to you.
That's right. People would note me as a medium, though I prefer to be an extra small, but I don't really care for that medium stuff.
Petite.
I translate. I translate what's transmitted through me, to me.
Okay. We want to talk about numbers as they relate to real estate, and obviously people look at addresses, dates they're buying and selling, birth dates, anniversary dates, pricing. It's all numbers. So let's start with an address, the number of a property.
Okay. And
What do you do? How do you look at this number? You add the number. So if the number was 1630, you add up the 1, the 6.
1, 6, 3, and 0.
Okay. And you
So
come.
1630 is going to come to a 10.
All right. And
Yeah, it's going to come to a 10. In numerology, we generally reduce all double digits to a single digit. So 1 plus 0 would be 1. So the address, just the number of the house, is indicating people who are very strong-willed who live in that home. It will attract that type of an energy. Strong-willed people, independent people, they like to take charge. So, that'll total out to the number 10. If a person was born on the 10th day, then that could really coincide with the energy with them. If the number came out to a 9 and the person was born on the 9th day or the 18th day, which 1 and 8 is 9, or the 27th day, 2 and 7 is 9, it could still very much resonate to them.
okay. So then if the number adds up to a double digit, then you take those 2 digits, add them together to get that single digit.
That's right, to bring it down to a single digit. As I am advanced in the study of numbers, I always take much more into it and dissect it and look at a person's date of birth or their name, and I could go much deeper into it.
Uh-huh.
But if I am looking at just the number on a house, not knowing any other information, and I also know the street number, that name, I could put this together with that person. So if you came to me or Patrick came to me, he says, "Hi, my name is Patrick. I'm looking for a house." And I just said, "Patrick, it's great. Just let me ask you, just tell me, what day were you born on?" "Oh, I was born on July 27th. "That's great. You right away in my head, I am calculating his name, and I'm calculating the 7, the number 27. And I know that I would look for a home that would resonate to that, because he may very well prefer quietude. He doesn't really want commotion around him. Maybe he wants waterfront. Maybe he wants mountainous. I'm not saying he doesn't like the city. You know, he could get to the city, but he doesn't want to have commotion. So it's a detail thing, but once it really is very easy. Plus, you're talking to the person, and you could see basically their personality. Are they serious? Are they happy? You know, are they very money oriented? It really, you know, like if I have a house that's a number 8. Let's say a house totals an 8. Let's say it was 26. You know, I know right away that a person who's going to buy a house into an 8, this could either make them good money, this could be a great investment, or this is going to cost them money, and they're not going to be able to keep up with it.
Let's go through the 1 through 9. You talked about 1, and you talked about 8. So if someone's address adds up to the number 2, what type of people are usually in that address?
Well, just breaking it down very simple.
Yes.
The number 2, the number 11, which is 1 and 1, the number 20, and the number 29, which is an 11 to a 2. So all of these day of births can resonate to some degree with the 2, that this is a home that likes peace. They like balance. They enjoy home life. They want to take in everybody's problems. They could be involved with the PTA and the Girl Scouts and the Boy Scouts, and very family-oriented. These are people who like to collect. People could be known as hoarders under this vibration, or people. So if somebody is selling their house, you better clean it out. And the number 2, as I say, they're peace-loving people. They don't like to argue. So if you're not a confronting type person, a 2 would be very good for you.
Okay. Very good.
Jackie's writing these down as we speak because she's gonna be lining people up with their addresses.
Well, again, you have to know, this is just simple stuff. But, if you, again, you need to know a little bit about them. If you know their day of birth, you could maybe ask them their month of birth. You could put a combination number together. If you're a little in astrology, you would know if they were an Aries or a Taurus or whomever. All these little things help. But the number of the house itself and the person, it really deals with their date of birth and their name, and then we could really go into it. But let's not forget about the street or the avenue. And suppose it's an apartment. What apartment number is it? So it's not just looking at one little thing, but it takes a whole big, the beginning steps is taking the number singularly. So the next number would be 3.
Right.
And the number 3, gaiety. Oh, my gosh, they like to have fun. These are people that you could walk in a 3 home and you could find one room is country, the other room is conventional. The other room is eccentric. They could be very, very creative people. They like to be very, very creative people. And so 3s like to be happy and decorate. These could be people that could be Halloween decorators and Christmas decorators. Writers will attract to a number 3. Artistic people to a number 3. So if you have somebody that's looking to paint or whatever, this would be something for them that they could have a room off where they could do their creative art.
Okay, number 4.
Number 4 people, a little rigid. And these deal with 4, 13, and 22 and 31. These are people that are a little rigid. They don't really like to make change. They like to be practical in what they do. So in showing a house, or you have to have practicality. Well, this is very practical. The school's down the block. The train isn't far away. The highway isn't that bad to get out on. These people like order.
Organization and structure.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Has to have organization. And then when you go to the number 5.
Oh, wait a minute. 13, we were talking about that. That number hit the nail on the head. It was the house I lived in for 30 years down in New York, down in Rockaway. And now my sister owns it, and it's
very organized.
Very
Yes.
structured. I was smiling here to you.
Your dad and
my dad and I, and my sister Eileen and Jimmy. Boy, talk about structured.
Yes.
You hit the nail on the head with that one.
Yeah, they're very, very structured. And, there's always the opposite of a number 2. Or they are complete slobs.
No.
But
God,
they know
no.
where everything is.
Oh, absolutely.
So if you have somebody who has a 4, and you could say your garage is an absolute mess, and they'll say, absolutely, but I know where everything is, and they do. Or they're OCD. Everything is in order.
Now that wouldn't be my brother-in-law. When you open the cabinet where the spices are, all the labels have to be just right and everything.
You should see the linen closet.
It's funny. It's great.
The towels are perfect. Okay.
All right, sorry.
5.
I like this number because 5 actually is the number of change. Those who are looking at homes, and if they come up to a 5, you know that on some in-depth level in their life, they are looking to make a change, movement. They need to change up what's been going on. The thing with a 5 is that they don't become impulsive. Yeah, I like this. I'm going to take this. I'm going to give you an offer. And then 3 hours later, they could call you and say, no, I'm not interested in it. 5s could be a little unsettling. If you look at a 5, it looks a little bit, the shape, it looks a little bit like a rocking horse. So you have to be careful with the number 5. Number 5 loves to cook. So make sure they have a good kitchen in there.
Okay. All right. How about a 6?
Oh, 6, home is their home. Home is their castle. Home, family, home. Everybody comes to their home for all the holidays, for all the birthdays. all the barbecues.
Yes.
6 is the big responsible one. They're the big ones that is all about family and community. So if you're that type of a personality, you could look into a basic of a 6 home.
All right.
And number 7, okay, not saying anything bad about 7, but they're kind of strange. You can't really figure them out. They don't really give you much on emotion. They're quiet. 7s analyze, so they will need a type of a place for them to be alone. They need that aloneness. They need that time to either be on the computer or to read, and they love to be near nature. If it be water, mountain, they need nature. But the 7s are not partiers. Generally, by rule of thumb, they are not partiers. They're more quiet people. They may not even mingle much with the neighbors. Where 3 and 5, oh my gosh, they'll mingle. So the number 7s, they're big analyzers. They sometimes overthink. So if you're waiting for a response, if somebody is interested in a home and you're waiting for a response, the big thing I could say is never push a number 7. They have to come to it on their own.
Okay, they're private. They're to themselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how about 8?
Oh, 8 is the money. 8 is the money. Now, either they have it, they don't want to spend it, but they have it, or they have it and they're going to spend it. They could be very elaborate. And as I said before, you could get a house that it's going to cost you money, or it's going to be a house that you're looking to make money, flip it over. But the 8s are about money. But if you look at the shape of the number 8, it says what goes around comes around.
I hope so.
The number 8's got to be very careful that whatever they're doing is on the up and up and not any get-rich-quick scheme.
How about a 9?
9 is our big humanitarian. These are people who will save the world. Oh, let him come in. He needs a dinner. Oh, feed the dog, feed the cat. These are people who are just true people to want to help other people, to love other people, and they're always welcoming. Number 9s are the universal number, and they have been through all the numbers already. So when you find a number 9 house, the house itself needs love. And it needs love through painting or fixing or repairing, but it needs love because we have to accept the fact the walls, the windows, everything has energy. And our energy and the home, the foundation's energy, we have to all resonate. And that's what a 9 will do. It wants to bring love in.
The humanitarian.
Absolutely.
Lois T. Martin, calling in from the Catskills, a numerologist. Thank you so much. We're headed towards a break, but before we go, Pat, would you like to review a listing?
Yes, we have a 3-bedroom home at 1310 Delaware Street in the heart of the Hollywood section of Dunmore for $180,000. This home has been very well cared for. It's got a driveway, a covered carport, a covered front porch, a private yard, and very reasonable taxes. It has spacious bedrooms, a large walk-up attic for storage. This home is in need of your personal touch to make it just right for you. That's a spacious 3-bedroom home at 1310 Delaware Street in Dunmore for only $180,000, and that's listed by Aaron Pierce of our office.
Don't go anywhere. You're listening to the Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21, Jack Ruddy Real Estate on 94.3 FM, The Talker. We'll be right back with more of this fascinating discussion with Lois Martin.
The talented team of professionals at Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate. They're not just real estate agents, they're agents of change. They're on a never-ending quest for the best for you and your family. They can help you find exactly, precisely what you want at this time in your life. A computer, a website, an app, and a listing by itself can't do that. They're obsessed with better and deliver extraordinary, embracing the what if, not just the what's been done before, with a level of accountability and honesty not found anywhere else in the real estate industry. Don't settle for average, okay, or just all right. This change in your life is monumental, and there's only one Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate that will help you rock that change. Call 570-344-6724 and visit jruddy.com, JRUDDY.com. Each Century 21 office is independently owned and operated.
Welcome back to the Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21, Jack Ruddy Real Estate on 94.3 FM The Talker. I'm Jackie Ruddy, and with Pat Devaney, my husband, fellow realtor.
And we're back.
With Lois T. Martin. Lois, before we move on to our next topic, would you give us your contact information if any of the listeners want to give you a call, have a reading? You do that, right?
Absolutely. Very simple. You could look me up on Facebook or my website, which is Lois T. Martin, or you could email me at numberpsychic@yahoo.com. And on every Monday night at 7 o'clock Eastern Time, I have my own blog talk radio show. It's called I've Got Your Number, and I have one of the most interesting guests, and, of course, myself and my co-anchor, always filled with entertainment, and we welcome everybody to join in.
We had a great discussion first half of the show. We were talking about address numbers.
Right. I was going to say, if you could recap how you get those numbers that we were going through.
Sure. Right now, the simplest way is if you know the day, the person can tell you what day they were born on, not the day itself. I was born on the 1st or the 10th or the 19th. The number 1 represents independence. They need independence. They do not like to feel restricted. So any home that has ones in it or can total a 1, it would maybe resonate to them. Now, if you come up with a double digit, let's say 111, and that totals a 3. I'm sorry,
111. That's the address of our. That's the address of our office. 111.
That's a 3, right?
Right.
Okay. Well, that has to be very creative. It must be very tastefully done.
It's nice.
Okay. Well, it's not a pigsty. It's not.
Oh my God.
No. It happens to be very nice. And what's very important with that 3 or the 111 is the fact that it should have the right lighting.
Oh, we have lighting.
Oh, yeah. She was just telling me yesterday we need light bulbs changed.
Yeah.
Yes, it has to have the right lighting. Anyway, so going on back here, the 1s are about independence. The 2 is about, I want to keep peace. I just want peace. I don't want to argue. So people who are just looking maybe for retirement or their kids are leaving and they want to downsize, 2s are very good to just have the flow. You could love being near water or nature. That's a 2. So that would be anybody born on the 2nd, the 11th, the 20th, or the 29th. Those born on the 3rd, the 12th, the 21st, or the 30th relates to the 3. And the 3 is about flamboyant. It's happiness. It's fun. It's a fun house. It's not your subdued type home. Usually lots of kids or siblings and lots of activity with a 3. And when you come down to the 4 needs structure. The 4 relates to 4, 13, 22, and 31. They need structure. They need to be grounded. They don't deal with change very well. So if a person's going to buy a home, and I'm not talking just for an investment to flip it over, but they don't want to look to make too many changes until they're ready to make the changes. And then when you have the number 5, which is the 5, the 14, the 23, I love coin phrasing number 5, anything goes. 5 is expect the unexpected. And these are people that could take a house and totally destroy it by what they're buying it, and they totally revamp it. They totally reinvent it. But 5s have to be careful to not be too impulsive. The 6th home, which is the 6th, the 15th, the 24, is all about family, home and family and community. The number 7, the 16, and the 25, you don't push these people. No, this house is not going to go along with, oh, we have a party this weekend, and they could be very meticulous. You know, they have well-groomed. And there are people who like to think things over, so you might find a beautiful landscape with those with number 7. The number 8, that's power, that's money. That relates to 8, 17, and 26. That's a money number. That's a person that's either going to flip it, this person is going to make money out of it, and there's always the other side of a coin here, and they could also be getting themselves too deep into problems with it, and they can't afford it. The number 9s, they are the lovers. Here they come, bring them all in, all that poor dog outside, feed him, all that poor cat, feed him. Oh, what's the sense? It's only one more plate, let them come in and eat. They are the humanitarians. So if you basically have an idea of a person's day of birth, you may get a little close to it, but don't forget their name is very important. What is the first letter of their name? But again, you know, that gets a little bit deeper into it. But if I know that I'm talking to Patrick or if I know I'm talking to Jackie, I right away am looking at the shapes of the letters and how I would direct my conversation. Because I could take Patrick, and Patrick is taking everything in here because he's analyzing everything, he's thinking everything just by the first letter with the P in his name. And Jackie, don't let her fool you. She's got a good memory. Maybe selective, but she's got a good memory.
No, she remembers everything.
Yes, she will.
Everything.
Absolutely. and you both have the first vowel of an A, and the first letter of the alphabet, the letter A, stands with its arms crossed. So you're two type of people. You're very strong-willed, you're very independent, and you go for what it is that you believe in.
Oh, very good. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry, Jackie. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, Virginia, Virginia Centrilla, she's a medium. She's been on our show. So do you think that the house chooses the new occupants, or do you think that the occupants choose the house?
I think that the energy chooses each other. The same way a client. That's the same way a client will come to you. It's not by a coincidence.
All right.
Nothing's by coincidence. So I do believe that we all choose what it is we need to choose to attract. I'm sorry.
All right. So people are living in the right numbers. That's where I'm going with this. Because what if somebody, is in an 8, but they're not an 8 person about power and money and status?
Well, you have to look at it 2 ways also. And first of all, it's a lesson to the person living in there. What is it about this number 8? What is it about money that they're learning? What is it about material wealth as opposed to spiritual wealth that they're learning? Number 2, we all are making transition. We're all moving on. So once we learn a lesson, it's time to move on. We go somewhere else. So that person could have had enough of the 8 in the learning experience and ready to move on to another vibration.
Gotcha. Lois T. Martin, once again, may I have your contact information?
Sure. You could always look me up on Facebook or my website, Lois T. Martin. And my email is numberpsychic@yahoo.com.
Lois, would you come back next week? Because there's so much more I want to talk to you about.
Oh, you just give me a call. And it's a wonderful pleasure. I thank you both so much.
Thank you for calling in
sharing
this morning from the Catskills. We really appreciate your time. Pat, would you like to review a listing?
Yes, thank you, Lois. We have a very affordable, a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home at 303 Greenbush Street in Scranton for only $74,000. This home won't last long, and it's in move-in condition. The taxes are only $1,400 a year. It's got a large backyard, a shed with off-street parking. It has large bedrooms with plenty of closet space, a large eat-in kitchen and dining room, and you can turn for the money that you are paying in rent. You could turn around and buy this home and build equity, and you'll be way ahead of the game. That's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home at 303 Greenbush Street in Scranton for only $74,000, and that's listed by James Hazen of our office.
Be sure to tune in next Saturday at 11 a.m., Sunday at 11:30 a.m. to listen to more of the Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate on 94.3 FM The Talker.